If you thought you knew the story of the war in Ukraine, wait till you hear this. Putin thought he had built an impenetrable air defense shield around his soldiers in Ukraine, but it just got obliterated by something he never saw coming: drones. On July 9, 2025, the Black Forest Brigade of Ukraine, S-413th Separate Raid UAV Battalion, executed an audacious strike that sent shockwaves through the ranks of the Russian army. Their target, an advanced Russian Bukchem-1 air defense system worth a staggering $10 million. The Black Forest Brigade deployed a reconnaissance drone to shadow the Bukchem-1 as it moved along a dirt road. Crew on the ground were unaware they were being stalked until it was too late. Russia's Bukchem-1 air defense systems are a critical component of its ability to protect its troops on the front lines. They help to counter Ukraine's increasing air power, including the recently acquired F-16 fighter jets, as Ukraine's drone warfare capabilities continue to develop. We can expect to see more innovative and deadly attacks against Russian forces. Russia, on the other hand, will need to find ways to counter these threats or risk losing more valuable equipment and personnel. The war in Ukraine has already shown us how drones can be used to great effect. And as the conflict continues, we're likely to see even more creative and devastating applications of this technology. One thing's for sure, the war in Ukraine is far from over, and the coming months promise to be filled with exciting developments. Taking out these systems gives Ukraine a significant advantage, allowing them to operate more freely in the air and strike Russian positions with greater ease. Plus, knocking out an expensive piece of equipment like a Bukchem-1 for a relatively small investment is a smart way to use limited resources. Strategic efficiency at its best. Yes. Eliminating these air defense systems is just one piece of the puzzle in Ukraine's fight against Russia. They're also dealing with another major challenge: Russia's massive manpower advantage. The Kremlin is throwing a staggering number of soldiers into the mix, with some estimates suggesting that Russia has deployed as many as 900,000 troops to Ukraine. And these aren't just raw numbers. They represent real people with real lives. Many of these soldiers are young men who were conscripted into the military and sent to the front lines without proper training or equipment. But despite these challenges, the Ukrainian armed forces have held their ground. They've faced down Russia's attacks and inflicted heavy losses on their enemy. All of this is made possible by their unwavering courage and determination to defend their homeland. When they finally realized what was happening, they tried to hide in a tree line, thinking it would throw off the Ukrainians. As the war in Ukraine drags on, both sides are feeling the pressure. Russia's vast reserves of manpower and equipment are being steadily depleted, while Ukraine is struggling to maintain the intensity of its attacks. However, the recent drone strike on the Bukchem-1 air defense system is a clear sign that Ukraine is evolving its strategies to stay ahead of the curve. By taking out these high-value targets, Ukraine is weakening Russia's ability to defend its forces and protect its equipment. At the same time, they're keeping the pressure on the Russians and preventing them from launching their own offensive operations. It's a smart strategy, and it's working. The elimination of even a single Bukchem-1 air defense system can have a significant impact on Russia's ability to wage war in Ukraine. And as Ukraine continues to hone its drone warfare capabilities, we can expect to see more of these high-profile attacks in the future. But they were wrong. The Ukrainian drone followed and kept tabs on the air defense system as it moved further into the woods. Desperate to escape detection, the Russian crew made a fatal mistake. They tried to camouflage the Bukchem-1 in the trees, hoping to throw off their pursuers. But there was no escaping what was coming next. But the true value of this attack went far beyond the monetary loss for Russia. This elite unit, formed from the best of Ukraine's special operations forces, has become a nightmare for the Russian army. They are the dark horse of this war, a unit that nobody expected to do so well, but has shocked everyone with their success. Their specialty is taking out high-value Russian targets, using innovative techniques and cutting-edge technology. But the Black Forest Brigade doesn't just attack, they also protect. Using a network of smart cameras, they keep watch over Ukrainian positions, day and night, reporting any suspicious activity to the command center. If there's anyone who knows how to defend against the Russian onslaught, it's them. Well, but their achievements haven't come easy. Operating behind enemy lines is dangerous work. The Black Forest Brigade has suffered casualties, but they've refused to back down. They know the stakes are too high to retreat. This was a psychological blow that shattered Putin's carefully crafted image of invincibility. And here's the kicker. Ukrainians didn't just wipe out a single air defense system. They've now taken down over 1,000 such systems since the war began. That's a serious blow, and it wasn't just any drones. The Black Forest Brigade had been tracking the Buchem-1 for months, gathering intelligence and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Once they had it, they went in hard and fast, taking out one of the most advanced air defense systems Russia has to offer. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is a Buchem-1, and why should you care? Well, let me tell you. The Buchem-1, or SA-11, Gadli, as it's known in NATO circles, is a formidable weapon. Its main job is to intercept incoming threats like cruise missiles, helicopters, and pesky fighter jets. And it's really good at it. It uses radar to detect targets up to 60 miles away, and then fires missiles at them at speeds of up to 4.5 kilometers per second. But as we saw in the case of the recent drone strike, even the most sophisticated technology isn't invincible. These were Ukrainian drones, specifically the work of a unit so skilled they've earned a reputation that strikes fear into the hearts of Russian soldiers. The Black Forest Brigade. So let's get into this, shall we? Let's talk about the Black Forest Brigade, their amazing mission, and how they managed to breach the most secure spots in the Russian defense. We'll tell you all about it. Now let's roll the intro. The operation took place in a location that remains undisclosed, but evidence points towards the Donbass region, a hotspot of intense fighting between Ukrainian and Russian forces. Here's how the strike went down. This isn't just a one-off incident. It's part of a larger strategy employed by the Black Forest Brigade. In this ongoing conflict, the stakes are incredibly high. Now let's talk about how this all fits into the bigger picture. What does this mean for the future of the war? And if you want to be in the know, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates. We'll see you next time.